Check out Navin streaming network for all your streaming needs. We provide multiple angles, video and photo slides, clean audio, recording a full live stream. Contact us at 335-0205. Remember the name, Navin Streaming Network, bringing real-time events to you.
Sound check.
Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Shama Shivadatri Swaha Swadha Namasute
Durga Shakti. तुम विनती सुनो सबकी कल्याण करो जग का सरनाधिका करके उतार करो दुर्गा उतार करो दुर्गा राम राम बजू राम राम बजू राम राम बजू राम 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 सिया राम बजले राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम 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 बजू राम राम बजू राम राम बजू राम 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 सिया राम बजले राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम धर्म काज पृथ्वी पर आए दशरथ जी के पुत्र कहाए जनकपुरी में शिवधन तोरा सती सिंहासन नाथा जोरा सिया पिया पर राम प्रभु कहलाए सीताराम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम 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 बजू राम राम बजू राम राम बजू राम 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 सिया राम बजले राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम पिता वचन के पालन हारे राजपाट गज बन को सिधारे विश्वामित्राय गर्ग वाले सती अहिल्या तारण हारे पंचवती को बना दिया एक आज धर्म का नाम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम 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 बजू राम राम बजू राम राम बजू राम 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 सिया राम बजले राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम बजू राम राम सिया राम असुरों को संहार मार कर सेना सहित चले लंका पर अभिमानी रावण को मारा सीता को संकट से उबारा
समझो। भज भया राम राम, भज भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। भज भया राम राम, भज भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। जब तप साधन कछु नहीं लागत, करछत नहीं गतरे। जब तप साधन कछु नहीं लागत, करछत नहीं गतरे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। संतत संपत सुख के कारण जासे भोल भरे। संतत संपत सुख के कारण जासे भोल भरे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। कहता कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, वो मुख डोल भरे। कहता कबीर सुनो भाई साधु, वो मुख डोल भरे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे। भजु भया राम राम, भजु भया राम, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे, गोविंद रे श्री गोविंद रे।
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, और शक्ति जगदम्बा दुर्गा देवी माता की जय। सबको सीताराम। On behalf of this wonderful family, we shall her children, her sister-in-law, nephews and nieces, her father-in-law, and extended family, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to tonight, the third night of our 3 nights of satsang. Special welcome to members of our group, Bhaya Krishna and his Dulahin, Sunita, they go by the name Durga Shakti, and my own, my Dulahin, my godchildren, Shiva and Sanjay, my brother, and my son, Pandit Shiva, with us tonight. Krishna on the PA system, Navin on the stream. And so all of you devotees, welcome to my good friends, Ralph and Shivan. Thank you for being here. At this time, devotees, Hajyote Binti Karo, let us put our hands together, offer prayer as we commence our katha for tonight. As we close these physical eyes, preparing ourselves to enjoy this moment of satsang. We are all gathered here for one purpose, and that is to offer prayer to Bhagwan on behalf of that beloved son, a beloved brother, a beloved husband, a beloved father, a beloved uncle, a nephew, a cousin, a friend, a neighbor, a devotee of God. Shriman Anand Ji, हे प्रभु, हे दीन बंधु कृपा सिंधु, मैं आप भव सागर मेला, हे प्रभु You are the Lord that is responsible for us to cross the Bhavasagar. Hey Bhagwan Ram, we thank you, O Divine Father, for the blessed opportunity that you have given to this family and to all of us to sit and to pray. Hey Bhagwan, just as you cross many over the sansar, this ocean, tonight, as that Uttam Shauri Shraddha is coming up over there, Brother Anand, we ask you to accept our prayer that on that day, Prabhu, there will be a place at your feet waiting for him, that you will be waiting to embrace him and welcome him back home, Prabhu. Raksha karo, daya karo. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Sri Ganeshaye Namaha. Om Sri Saraswati Namaha. Om Sri Guru Charana Kamale Bhyo Namo Namaha. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambo Palachara Bhakshatam Umasutam Sho Kavinashikarakam Namami Viganeshwara Pankajam. Om Vinadare Vipula Mangaladhanashile Bhaktarti Nashini Viranchari Shabande Kiriti Pradeya Kilamanaro Maharade Vidya Pradhayani Saraswati Naumi Nityam. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Om Karapura Gauran Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendaharam Sada Vasantam Hidrayar Vande Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Om Nilambuj Shamal Komalangam Sita Samaropitavagam Padav Mahasaya Kucharuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Ramayan Sumiran. Jo sumirata siddhi ho गणनायक करी परवदना करब अनुग्रह सो मूक हो ही बाशा सुजया नीलसरो रोहशा to the feet of my Guru and my parents. As I'm about to narrate on the page of Ramcharitamanas, I touch your lotus-like feet, seeking their delusion and their blessing. Raksha karo, daya karo. Bandava Guru Padhaka Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukunda Soda Paranora Gobara Bimala Yasha Bodhahina Tanu Vidya Deho Mohi Hara Ho Kare Shavikar Siya Pati Ramachandra Nata Mama Sankata Haro Hari. Before we go into a little Katha devotees, let us join. Let us clap and let us invite the Bhagwan to be part of our satsang and to answer our prayers tonight through the medium of bhajan. अरे ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
ओ भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी
भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी
ओ भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी
भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त
हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
हमने तुमरे गगन गगन में कहे प्रहलाद पुकारी रामा कहे प्रहलाद पुकारी। हमने तुमने गगन गगन में कहे प्रहलाद पुकारी रामा कहे प्रहलाद पुकारी। नरसिंह रूप प्रहलादा नरसिंह रूप प्रहलादा हिरण को चके मारी। बोलो ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी।
लंका जाई रावण की मारी संतन ग्रह चुरारे रामा संतन ग्रह चुरारे। लंका जाही रावण की मारी संतन ग्रह चुरावे रामा संतन ग्रह चुरावे। भक्त विभीषण हृदय लगाए भक्त विभीषण हृदय लगाए लंका के राजा मारी। बोलो ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी। ओ भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी
ओ भक्त हितकारी राम भक्त हितकारी।
ओ भक्त हितकारी रामा भक्त हितकारी।
ओ भक्त हितकारी राम भक्त हितकारी।
ओ ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी। ओ ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम
भक्त हितकारी।
There is no greater effort in this world in trying to be a bhakt of God. To bring ourselves closer to God, to chant the name of God, all it requires is to be a good person. When you do good for yourself. And when you do bad for yourself. There was this queen, and every time you tell her Sita Ram, her reply, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. So imagine you tell him Pandit Navin, Sita Ram Baba, and he tell you, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. That Pandit out of training. And he telling his Sita Ram again. But that was her reply. So it had this sadhu. And the sadhu will visit the queen home on a regular basis. And every time he visits her home, and she comes out, and she put her hands together and she said, Sita Ram Sadhuji. His reply, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. She never liked the reply. She said, gurge up a little bit. But she said, give him a piece of roti. So the sadhus are glad for the roti. So he take the roti, he put it in a little jori, and his reply, Maharani, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. And he go his way. And he will do this on a regular. Anybody tell him Sita Ram, his reply was what? You do bad for yourself. So on one occasion, the queen's son, he went hunting. You know, everybody liked a little hobby. So he went to the forest and he spent the day roaming about, and time to go home. Poor fella, he got a little tired, he was hungry, he was thirsty. But that morning, when the sadhu visited the queen, she said, Sita Ram, his reply, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. But she gave him 2 pieces of roti that morning. And the roti was hot too. All the days he getting cold one. So he took the roti, he put it in the bag, and he was like, Maharani, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. And the sadhu went home. So the queen's son, feeling hungry, feeling thirsty, feeling tired, on his way home, he had to pass his sadhu's home. So he decided, you know what? This is a sadhu. he will give me something to eat and something to drink so I can refresh myself, so I can go on my journey again. So he stopped by the sadhu, and it was Sandhya period. We know what is Sandhya period, right? Dusk dark. We have Trikala Sandhya. We have morning Sandhya. Morning Sandhya is from what, 11 to 12? Morning Sandhya is from 4:30 in the morning. We have morning Sandhya, we have midday Sandhya, and we have evening Sandhya. This is Hindus supposed to be following this. In the morning, we get up, we offer our jal, we pray. Midday, whether we're in school or play, whatever, we close our eyes. We cannot close our eyes, just meditate for a second or two. And in the evening, we know we visit our Jandiya stand. Once we are home, light our diya, say our prayers again. Once you maintain these Sandhyas, you allow your Shakti, your devotional, your spiritual life to grow. So he was going to perform his Sandhya. And the son passed and he met him, Sadhu, Sitaram. And the reply of the Sadhu, Beta, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. So he told the Sadhu, Baba, I am hungry, I am tired. You have anything you could offer me to eat, I can drink, and continue my journey? So the Sadhu said, yes. Your mother gave me 2 pieces of roti this morning. It's inside a little kutia, a little hut. Go na, have a piece to eat and leave 1 piece for me. And the Sadhu continued his puja, and the boy went to eat the roti. Time was going, and the mother, the queen, did not see her son coming home. So she got worried. So she took her messengers and she went to look for her son. The first place she went is to the home of the Sadhu. When she went to the Sadhu now finishing his puja, coming out of his puja room, and she said, Sadhu, Sitaram. And the Sadhu replied, Maharani, when you do good, you look. She said, I ain't had time for that today. My son left home since morning. I didn't see him come. Did you happen to see him passing here anyway? So the Sadhu smiled. He said, yes, I saw your son earlier on. Your son passed here and he asked me for something to eat. So I offered him something that you give to me this morning. When she heard that, she hold her head and she started to bawl. And she ran in the room where her son was. And when she went there, she saw her son lying lifeless on the ground. She started to bawl and cry. And she looked at the Sadhu. When you do good, she telling the Sadhu now, when you do good for yourself. When you do bad for yourself. Because that morning, she put poison in the roti to kill the Sadhu. Because she fed up of hearing, when you do good for yourself. And it reversed. It came back and killed her son. So my dear good people, while you are doing good things, continue doing that. Never change who you are. Never give up your good habits. As I keep saying, never spoil your spiritual life. And anyone that is going to spoil that, Shai Bhagwan, you could move far away from that. Do not let anyone keep you from achieving your spiritual life. Prabhu Shri Ramchandra, as we listened last night, offered mukti, offered salvation to Maharaj. That Lord who helped cross people the ocean of sansar. Time came that in Ramayana we have Balkan, Ayodhya Khan, Aranya Khan, Kishkinda Khan, Sundar Khan, Lanka Khan, and Uttar Khan. 7 chapters. Bhagavad Gita, we have 18 chapters. These Khan, and then Tulsidashi puts in one more Khan, that is known as Love and Kush Khan. As the Katha goes on, I will tell you how this Khan came about. So tonight I will read to you from Love Kush Khan. In that Khan, we hear in the Pratham Duha. Balaka को चढ़ो प्राण दीजे समरा अमर जगत नहीं होय सियापति रामचंद्र
हरि की जय शरणम
चौपाई। मन बच करम बिना भगवाना सपन हो पुरसन जानो आना।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
कौधरनी माता सुनी जे निज महतारा अभा मोहि जे।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
After Bhagwan Ram became Raja Ram and he started to rule that beautiful city of Ayodhya, on one occasion he was performing a yajna, a puja. He had everyone around him. And Prabhu Shri Ram, he sent a message to Sita that, "Oh Sita, you must perform a beautiful act." Like last night, he asked her to perform an act again. Last night, we were told how she came as Vedvati. So the entire Ramayana, when Ravan abducted Sita, that was Vedvati. That was not Sita. After Prabhu Shri Ram destroyed Ravan, and he got back Vedvati, and he was going back to Ayodhya, he asked Sita again to prove your purity, enter back into the fire. And when she entered back in the fire, devotees, coming out of that fire was the real Sita. So that is the Sita he took back to Ayodhya, not the Vedvati. Then a time came again. A time came that Sita had to act another role. Time came that Sita had to go back to the heavenly region. So he asked Sita, "You go there and wait. I want you to prepare yourself to go to the heavenly region." But then he told Sita, "I want you to prove yourself of your purity again." So he sent that message to her. And when he sent that message to her, Sita Mata got up in the assembly. And she stood in front of everyone. She put her hands together. Mana vacha karma bina bhagavana sapanu purushana janu ana. And she started to pray. And how she prayed? In man, karam or vachan. What that mean? When we sit to pray, our mind must be on God. Man. When we sit to pray, our karma must be on God. The actions we do must be God-like. Mana karam vachan. And the words must flow God-like words. That is why when time comes and you have your puja and Baba give you flowers, you put your hands like that. You bow your head. The man, the action, and the vachan come together. And you pray. Once you pray like that, devotees, believe me, your prayers will be answered. But if we are praying, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, and the action is different, the mind is different, it will never work. You can pray how much? You can read the whole entire Ramayana. If the mind and the action is not there and just words are flowing, have no meaning. So Sita got up, mana kara vachana bhagavana sapuna purushana janana. And she started to pray. And who she prayed to? Tau Dharani Mata Suniliche. She started to pray to who? To Mother Earth, to Dharati Mata. She bowed, she touched the ground, and she said, Ma, if I am pure, if I am clean, oh Ma, please answer my prayer. And this was her prayer. Nija Mahatawara Maho Abadije. Give me a place, O Mother, upon your lap. That was her prayer. Jabasita Asigira Uchari Bidri Bhuma Shabra Bhari. And immediately a loud sound was heard. And when the sound was heard, devotees, the earth split open. Taiti Ati Shubra Suhaya Nirmala Singhasan Pragataya. And coming out from that earth was a beautiful Singhasan, a throne-like seat. And seated on that seat was Prithvi Mata, Dharati Mata. We have the same power of Sita. That when we put our hands together and say, Prabhu, I want to win the lotto tomorrow night, you can win it. Believe that. But man, karam, or vachan, you must be a prayer-like person every day of your life. You must honor your devatas, you must honor your elders, you must live a God-like life. And when you live a life like that, believe me, devotees, you will see. That is why Sandhya is important for us as Hindus. That when you go and you offer your jal, and you all light your diya and you pray, you know what you do? You ask Bhagwan to reabsorb our sins. When you come to satsang and you come and you listen to the name of Bhagwan, Bhagwan is taking away our pap, our sins. We are burning away our negative karma. That is why satsang, puja, sandhya is important. And when we live a life like Sita, devotees, you will get your prayers answered immediately. So when the Singhasan came out, she looked at Sita. And what happened? Chaupai. ताको सर परहि करहि धारण भैते भसोधा सब जग तारण
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
तुरत घोर सीता ते लीनी सावधान करि अहसीस दीनी
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
सही सुता रामा सही सुता तुम दुख अति भारी चलो लोक मम ओहु सुकारी
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Sita Mata prayed to Dharati Mata. Why? Because that is where she came from. See, last night I told you that Vedvati promised Ravan, I will come and destroy you. And she went and she destroyed Ravan. She was the cause of Ravan destruction. But when Vedvati went to her father-in-law, when Ravan touched her, and he held her hand, Vedvati dressed in beautiful clothing. Her hair was long, silky, orny. She had a basket with the flowers and a deer, and she was going to do puja. And Ravan was walking the forest, and when he saw her, he was captured with her beauty. And he went and he held her hand. But when he held her hand, the feeling she got was not that of a respect. She felt uncomfortable. And she pulled her hand away. And when she pulled her hand away, Ravan saw a gudna in her hand. You know what is a gudna? Today we call it tattoo. Long ago, when a girl would get married, she will not only give up her title and her address, she will accept her husband's way of life. And they will have, let me say, the tattoo man that night. And every family had a special mark. Every family had a special mark. So, more you have it, right? And they will put it in their hand of the dulahin. So they will tell her now. So when the family will see that mark, okay, she belongs to this family now. She's part of this school. So we put different types. Nothing wrong with that. Jai Bhagwan. So when she pulled her hand and Ravan saw that, and he saw the mark, he recognized that that mark was from his school. That was his family mark. So he realized that he had disrespected his own daughter-in-law. So she went home and she told her father-in-law. And her father-in-law was a powerful man. He took water in his hand and he said, today you have disrespected my daughter-in-law. I promise you, Ravan, that you and the entire generation, the entire family will be destroyed. And he threw the water. That water took a form and entered into the mind of Ravan. Ravan was done mad already, he get more mad. So when that madness took him, he decided to act out of the ordinary, more out of the ordinary. He called his soldiers and he told his soldiers, you see those sadhus and them living in the forest? I want you to go to them and take tax from them. Go and take tax. Innocent people, devotees. Go and take tax from them. What is sadhu had? Today, we as Pundits, because of your goodwill and the way you treat your Pundits, we could drive a nicer car. We could put on a nicer kurta. We could have a professional song system. But you know where we came from? And I want us to remember that. And I always tell my children, aspiring Pundits, never forget where you came from. Our old Pundits will sit and read with flambeau. They will read without a microphone and without music. And they will go night after night after night in bicycle, in donkey cart, in car without air condition, sun, rain, and read their scriptures. They kept that dharma alive. And because of those educated and respectable elders, today we the young Pundits could come and pump our chest and say, yes, we did it. But we didn't do nothing. They made it easy for us. So never forget your elders. Never forget them. Always respect them and always remember them. They made a path for us to sit in more comfort today. So Ravan sent to tax the sadhus. They did not have any money. They will sit and do jap. They will sit and do puja. And by them doing that, they did this for the benefit of the world. You see, when your Pundit come and take your seed hand, take your dachina, and he goes home with that, he perform jap, he perform havan, he will eat from that. And that helps burn your karma. Always treat your Pundit nice, like when you come to this home, Jai Bhagwan, you look forward to come. Some home, Jai Bhagwan, you don't want to go at all. So the sadhus and them, they didn't have, so they said, okay, the king wants tax, we will give him tax. So they took a little gara, a little jar. And each one started to cut their hand. And they put one drop of blood into that jar. And when they put the blood into the jar, they cover it. And they give it to the soldiers. Take this to your king. But tell him that the day that his jar is open, it will bring an end to him and the entire generation. You see how much sarap Ravan get in? Don't do things with bitter sarap. It has come out someday. So Ravan, when he saw The jar. He started to laugh. He said, look, I catch them sadhu and them today. So he was about to open it. And the messengers gave him the message. Maharaj, a message was sent to you with this jar. That the day that this jar is open, O Maharaj, it will bring an end to you and the entire family. So Ravan immediately told his soldiers, take this jar and carry it and bury it in the land of Janak. So burying things in people's land didn't start today, it started a long time. So he said, go and bury it in the land of Janak. Because see, Janak and Ravan was going a competition in scriptures, and Janak, he won this competition. So Ravan felt defeated, and he always had a grudge for Janak. So he got an opportunity now to take out that grudge. So they took the jar, they went and buried it in Janakpur. And the moment the jar was buried there, a drought came over Janakpur. There was no water. Without water, there is no food. Without food, there is no survival. So Janak devotees, as a king, as a leader, he had to do something for his people. He didn't jump in a plane and go somewhere. He had to do something to help his people. So he went to his Pundit. And your Pundit becomes your spiritual guide. He becomes your educator. He becomes your teacher. He becomes everything to you. And when he went to his Pundit, Satanan Brahman, his Pundit told him that, oh Janak, you and your wife have to perform a special puja. You have to take gold and make a plow. And you and your wife have to pull this plow in the land of Janakpur. And by you doing that, this drought will be lifted. Janak did not question his Baba. Immediately he wanted to bring help for his people. So he went and he did this. And while the plow was going, the plow went where the jar was buried. The plow went under the jar and it overturned the jar. The jar broke and the blood from the jar started to flow. When that blood started to flow, out of that blood, a Devi took birth. That Devi was Sita. So she came from the earth. When Janak saw her, she immediately, when she took that form of a girl child, and they lift her up, they named her Sita. From the plow Sheetal, they named her Sita, and rain started to fall. So devotees of God, Janak kept her close to her, to his heart. And so that same Sita, she prayed tonight that, Mother, give me a place on your lap. When that Singhasan rose, devotees, Dharti Mata Turata Gora Sita Tehilini. Where's the most comfortable seat for a child? Children, where's the most comfortable seat you could find? माने हमको प्यार किया है जितना कौन करेगा इतना कौन करेगा इतना. The most comfortable seat for us as children is on the lap of our mother. And the most beautiful view for us as children is on the shoulders of our Father. When you can reach that position and sit on the lap of your mother, and your father take you and put you on his shoulder, there is no more beautiful view than that. Dharti Mata took Sita and put her on a gori on her lap. And she took her hands and she started to pass it through the body of Sita. Sahe sutta tupadhuk ati bhari chaloloka mamahu sukahari. She called her Putri. Putra means son, Putri means daughter. Hey Putri, I know the suffering that you have undergone in your life. There is nobody in this world know your suffering children more than your parents. They have seen us taken birth in this world. They have seen us grown. And parents, I must say, parents are those who care for the children. You do not only become a parent because you give birth to a child. You become a parent when you teach your children dharma. You become a parent when you hold your children together close to you. You become a parent when you guide your children in the right pathway. Not to just give birth to a child and say, oh God, I love you, look, I make a son and I make a daughter. But you never did anything for them. She took Sita and put her on a gori. And sitting on that gori, devotees, Sita felt comfort. She felt safe. When our parents embrace us, when our parents hold our hand, when our parents hug us, when we are going through difficulties in our lives, sometimes our parents don't have the money to pay our bills. Our parents don't have the amount of food to give you sometimes. But that embrace, that hug, that word that flow from their lips gives you the whole courage that you can lift a mountain. True or false? Today's society, you come, you graduate, son. You could talk so much big words to your mother, she might not understand one thing you're saying. And she's shaking, she said, yes, 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 yes. It happens to me. Sometimes these fellas using some words and I say, Jai Bhagwan, let me go down the road. Yes, I understand what I say, man. Thank God we have phones, so while they're talking, you go through one time. Those parents, devotees that comfort their children should always be cherished, whether they are alive or whether they go to the great beyond. And that is why congratulations again to this family for remembering Anand. So she put her there and said, I know your suffering, I know your pain. And today, I'm here to put an end to that. I'm here to put an end. And putting Sita on her gori, her gori. That throne, devotees, went beneath the ground. And the earth closed, and Sita was no more. Sita was no more. Ralph, did you went to that spot yet? Not? It is there. I remember reading the same Katha in Pinal, and a guy told me, say, Baba, I visited that spot in India. The earth closed, and Sita ended her avatar. She was no more. When this happened, let us hear what happened again after that. Ciao, bye. लक्ष्मण चरित देख सब तारे लक्ष्मण चरित देख सब तारे नयन प्रभा चलत अधिकारे
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
सकल चरत सोनि कृपानि धाना चलन हमारा सिया मन जाना ओ सिया मन जाना राम सिया मन जाना चलन हमारा सिया मन जाना
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
लक्ष्मण चर देख सब तारे नयन प्रभ चलत अधिकारे. Lakshman was stand there. He couldn't move. He couldn't understand what was happening. Tears started to flow from his eyes. He's thinking, we have now fought a war to gain back this Sita. And now Sita is no more. Sakala charita sunikripani dhana chala hamara siya man hai jana. And immediately Bhagwan Ram, with a smile in his face, he said, Lakshman, Sita knew my thoughts. This is the connection between husband and wife, you know. When you see a husband and wife go somewhere together, and the husband ready to go home, You only scratch your head, I only give you one look. And she done know, okay, Sita, we going now, eh? But today turn, and the husband sat down and he lime in. The wife got up. All right, boys, time to move. So Sita understood, Prabhu Shri Ram, this is the beauty of marriage. And that is why I always say, when that time comes for us to get married, make sure we choose the right partner. Do not just let love blind us in choosing someone. Make sure there's a connection. So even though when that marriage comes to an end, even through death, the partner that is left behind can continue to pray for the welfare of her partner. Here, Prabhu Shri Ram, he continued, he looked at Lakshman. Tana sahita Prabhu Nijapura aaye dhana deen subha yagna karav. He took his sons, Lav and Kush. How Shri Ram got 2 sons? Vishal, 3 nice, 2 short. He got 2 sons. How? You see, when Sita went to the forest, she was given a sarap, a curse. One day she was listening to the beauty of 2 parrots singing the glories. Singing the glories of God. So she held on to the parrots and she said, you see this katha that I'm hearing, I want to hear more of it. So the parrot is telling Sita, please free us. Let us go. But Sita was insistent as a little child, no, I will not free you. I want to hear more. So she held on to the parrots. So happened the male parrot happened to escape. And the female parrot was left behind. But the female parrot at that time was carrying a babe within her. So being separated from her husband, the female parrot said, you know what? I cannot live without him. Maybe she didn't have the understanding of what you have to do, satsang. So she said, you know what? I will give up this life. And the husband, the male parrot said, okay, you, told Sita, I see you, what you did today, by causing separation between myself and my wife, I give you a sarap. That a day will come in your life, O Sita, that you will be carrying a child within you. And when that day comes, you will be separated from your husband. It happened. She had to go to the forest. She was carrying a child. When she was left in the forest, she ended up in the ashram of Valmiki. And Valmiki accepted her. She gave birth to the child. They named the child Lav. And so devotees of God, they played in the ashram of Valmiki. She was separated from Sri Ram. And when that happened now, on one occasion, this Lav, he went as a young boy, went roaming in the ashram. And Sita was asleep. Valmiki ended up going in the room where Sita was. And when he went there, he did not see Lav. So Valmiki got worried and saying, if Sita wake up and she does not see her son, she already going through so much trouble, she will get more worried. So Valmiki was a powerful man, a sage. He took kush grass. And he took that kush grass and made it in the form of a child. And by the power of mantra, do not doubt mantras. When you go to your Pundit or you go to someone and say, Jeremy, what do this do? Mantras they say. When you finish, how you say, Baba, oh God, I'm feeling good. Especially if you see a Baba go to do a puja and there's children and they say, Baba, Jari this child. Baba, Jari this child. When he looks, there's a line up here and you know where they come out from. You mustn't take Jari for a joke. It's very serious. Right? If you're not feeling well, it's okay. But if you just see, you see the Pundit, you see somebody who does Jari and you say, okay, let me get Jari. And you don't need it, like you don't need antibiotics, you wouldn't take it. If you don't need the Jari, don't do it. It takes a lot of energy. So here, he took the kush grass, he made a child, he recited the mantras, and he put the child next to Sita to lie down. Sita woke up, and when she woke up, at that same moment, Lav walked into the room. So when Lav walked into the room, Sita is seeing 2 children, twins, looking alike. This is Lav, that is Lav. What's going on here? I went to sleep with 1 child, I wake up with 2. And then Valmiki explained what happened, and so they named that child because he was made out of the kush grass, Kush. So she ended up with two sons, Love and Kush. So here, devotees, Sri Ram took his two sons, Love and Kush, and they sat down and they started to perform the yajna. He prayed with them. They cried, they lost their mother, they cried, but he held their hands and they koti dhenu dham dana dharani. They give land, they give money, they give charity. Dina kripani soka bharani bhojan, they give food. And they made sure everyone was happy, everyone was comfortable. Bhagwan Sri Ram, devotees, he continued his journey. And what happened? Let us hear again in the Chaupai.
निज धामा पाइया वेत पर मासुक नामा
जय राम
श्री राम जय जय
राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम
पुरवासी आ ये सब झारी सुनहि पुराण ओहि सुखकारी
जय राम
श्री राम
जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम
श्री राम
Murit gai muni ninaj dam. After that, Sri Ram sat down with the holy ones, like this family seated tonight. And Purvasi, Sabajari, invited the Purvasi, his neighbors, his friends, his relatives, and said, come to my home, come and sit. And what happened? Sunahi Purana ho hi Sukahari. Come, let us listen to Katha. Let us listen to the glories of the Puranas. Let us listen to the glories of God. Just like what this family did. They extended an invitation to all of us to come and sit with them to listen to the name of Bhagwan. Sri Ram did the same. He said, come and sit with me and let us listen to the glories of Bhagwan. And this bring what? Hohi Sukhari. It removed dukh. That separation that this family is experiencing, there is nothing and no one could ever fill that. There is no amount of words that we can say to them that can ever bring back Anand in their life. But when you sit, this is what Sri Ram did. When he sat down and he listened to the glories, he said, Hohi Sukhahari. It gave him a form of comfort. Although he was separated from his Devi, although he was separated from Sita, you think he was not hurting, you think he was not bleeding inside? But the Lord is teaching us a lesson tonight that will happen to all of us. That separation will come in different forms in our lives. And the only thing that can fill that void a little, just a little, is satsang, is the name of God. That when you have the opportunity to sit here and sit in your puja room or go to a mandir and listen to the katha of God, it gives you some form of comfort. And this is what the Lord did. That He encouraged, He held the hands of His children. Because I often say to devotees that the greatest dharma that children can get is from their parents. We as parents have to teach our children our dharma. The guru don't have to teach them anything in life. We as parents, that is our responsibility. So Sri Ram, although Sita was not there, he had two young men in his hand. These young men, he had to make sure that one day they have to carry on the city of Ayodhya. So as a father, as a respected parent, as a respected elder, he had to make sure that his children was able to follow the path of Dharma. And he had to sacrifice his own life, his own tears, his own comfort, his own sorrow, to put a smile to ensure that his children could continue. You see what a parent does in their life? You think they are not hurting like us? You think they have pain? You think they don't want to cry? But they put aside that. They keep that down inside. Why? Because when they look at their putris, their children, said, you know what? I have to be strong. I have to do what I have to do. That is why children, we must never ever become, there's a nice word, but anytime I sit down and talk here, I cannot say it. You know the word. Some of them politicians just say it. Do not become that. Prabhu Shri Ram held on to his son's hands. And he held on to his people, his villagers, his friends, his brothers. And he said, let us listen to the glories of God. Because the glories of God, the glories of Ramayan teaches us many things. Ramayan Katha humko pyara pyara. The Ramayan Katha is that glory. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to be a good human being. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to be good children. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to be a good spouse. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to be a good sibling. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to do puja. Ramayan Katha teaches us how to offer pinda and to honor the ancestors. All that you learn from your scriptures. And our Lord and Master, knowing that, that is why he invited everyone and said,
Ramayan Katha humko pyara pyara. Ramayan Katha sabko pyara.
Ramayan Katha humko pyara pyara. Ramayan Katha sabko pyara.
धन्य हो रामाय महात्मा जी को, धन्य हो रामाय
महात्मा जी को,
पुत्र से पुत्र बनाया हमारा.
रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा हो, रामायण कथा हमको प्यारा प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा.
पिंडा कर्म रामायण देखलावे, पिंडा कर्म रामायण देखलावे. साक्षी है भरत और रामा हमारा.
रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा हो, रामायण कथा हमको प्यारा प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको
प्यारा ओ रामायण कथा हमको प्यारा प्यारा.
रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा.
that is what our scriptures teaches us. Whether Ramayana, whether Gita, whether the Upanishads, whether the Shastras, whether the Puranas, it teaches us how to be a good human being. How to follow our duties. So Sri Ram doing this, years pass. Years pass, he continued by having that satsang. Ayodhya had a special glow. The people of Ayodhya live with unity and love and joy. They enjoy one another company. And then one day, yehi bidi vipula kala chalagaru, nijapura gamana surasabhavu. Brahma, the creator of this world, he sent a message to Narad. Narad was his son. Bhaiti abadi Brahma jabajani Narad Muni sanakah bakani. He told Narad, Narad, I want you to go to Yamraj. Who is Yamraj? For 2 hours a night. The god of death. Get into it. Make sure. The god of death. I want you to go to Yamraj and I want you to deliver a message to Yamraj. I want you to निज पुर आवन चले कहारी धर्मराज कह करू हमकारी. I want you to go to Yamraj and tell Yamraj, he must go where? He must go to Ayodhya. He must go to Ayodhya and tell him that he must visit someone in Ayodhya. You think your Yamraj should come and visit any one of us? He must go and visit. Who he must go and visit? He must go and visit Sri Ram. Go and visit Sri Ram. And let him tell Sri Ram that the time that he has spent in Ayodhya is up. He must return to the heavens. So Yamraj devotees, Ayo Yam Raghubir Puni Muni Bharabesh Banaya, Teja Punja Surataru Kati Mragachara Swaya. Yamraj now, he disguised himself. He disguised himself and he's walking to the streets of Ayodhya. Not knowing who he is, just with a loincloth, just with his dand in his hand, his kamandal in another hand, his mala, and he's walking through the streets of Ayodhya. Teja Punj, glowing. A radiance is coming out of him. And he's walking through the streets of Ayodhya. And while he's walking through the streets of Ayodhya, Dwarapala Lakshman kahajani bole tapas atri midrubani. He saw Lakshman, the brother of Sri Ram. And Lakshman immediately seeing this Brahman, seeing this sage, Lakshman, what he did? He went and he bowed. He bowed. He paid his respect. Turat shesh tava kabar jani sunta vachan ayu ragurai. And the sage told him, Yamraj, Lakshman, he don't know that is the god of death. He knew him to be a sage. So he paid his respect. And the sage told him, I'm here to meet with Ram. I'm here to meet with Ram. So immediately, Muni nirakare prabhukina pranam sadar uchara kahu Shri Ram. Lakshman went and told Shri Ram, Prabhu, brother, a sage is here to meet with you. And Shri Ram left immediately what he's doing and he came to meet with the sage. Arga deen asan bhaitare muni bar sadar gir uchari. He followed all of the protocols. He washed his feet, he sipped the water, he put him on an asan, he offered him food, made sure he was comfortable. Sunu Sarabjan Kripali Desha Ayu Yam Muni Barakibesha. And then the sage told Prabhu Shri Ram, I have a message to give to you. But not a third person must hear this message. Not a third person must hear this message. Mai tuma rahu aur nahi koi tisari sunat nash. For if a third person hear this message, whether it be Brahma, whether it be Shiv, death will come to them. Death will come to them. So Prabhu Shri Ram, he came outside. He looked at Lakshman and he told Lakshman, Lakshman, I want you to be the Dwarpal. Who is that Dwarpal? A doorkeeper. I want you to stay by the door and guard this door. That this sage and myself is going to carry on a very important discussion. And all Lakshman, no one must enter inside this room. For all Lakshman, if anyone enters inside this room, death will come to them. So Lakshman was given the responsibility of being the guard, the Dwarpal. And the moment Sri Ram and Yamraj was in the room alone, Yamraj took his true form. Sri Ram knew he was dead. He took his true form. He bowed before Prabhu Shri Ram, and they both started to carry on their conversation. While that conversation was going on inside the room, something was happening outside. Let us hear the chopper.
प्रभु इच्छा भावी बलवाना दुर्वासा मुनि आय सुजाना
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम
मुनि देखी लचे मन चले आगे गयनी कत बिनती अनुरागे
जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
पूछा मोनि रामा पूछा मोनि रामा पूछा मोनि का तो रघु ईसा तब जब मैं सुना हो अहिसा
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
प्रभु इच्छा भय बलवाना दुर्वासा मुनि आय सुजाना. So while Sri Ram was carrying on a conversation with the sage, another sage was walking outside. His name was Durvasa Muni. Now those of us who follow scriptures a little, we will know Durvasa Muni was a Tirya kind of sage. You know what a Tirya kind of sage? His temper was right here. So the moment they see Durvasa Muni come in, everybody should be in the P's and Q's. So when Durvasa entered into the city of Ayodhya, Muni dekhi Lakshman chale aage gahi nikata binati anuragi. Again he met with Lakshman, and again Lakshman paid his respect. You see, Lakshman as a young child was taught this by his father Dashrath. And although Dashrath was not here at the time that these things was happening, the knowledge that Dashrath gave to his children was still within them. Dashrath taught his children how to respect the holy ones. He taught them how to show respect to elders. And while he was not here, his children were still following that path. So when he paid his respect to Durvasa Muni blessed him. And Durvasa tell him, Lakshman, where is Ram? Where is Ram? I'm here to meet with Ram. So Lakshman looked at him and said, Munivar, my brother Ram, he's in a very important meeting. Allow him some time and he will meet with you. Durvasa immediately got more angry. He was done angry already, he got more angry. And he told Lakshman, Lakshman, if I do not get the opportunity to meet Ram right now, I will burn you and the whole city of Ayodhya to ashes. See, sometimes your life is put in such a position that you just know what to do sometimes. Lakshman was placed in a position that if he entered in the room and tell Ram that Durvasa is here to meet with him, what will happen to him? He will die. And if he do not go and tell Ram that Durvasa is here and he stays outside, what will happen to him? But not he alone. The entire city. So if you're in a position like that, what do you do? Man, I ain't going alone. Everybody has to go with me. See, sometimes you are put in positions like this. You have to make a choice. Will that choice benefit society? Will that choice benefit me? Will that choice benefit my family? Like last night, Maharaj was in a choice. He told Ravan, choose. Again tonight, Lakshman. So Lakshman decided he will enter the room. And when Lakshman entered the room, Prabhu Shri Ram dropped. As he looked at his brother, Prabhu Shri Ram, he freeze because he knew the moment had come. Like last night, Maharaj knew the moment had come. When Shri Ram saw Lakshman walking in that room, he knew the moment had come that he had to say goodbye to his brother. He asked his brother, what happened? Why are you here? He told him that Lakshman told him, Prabhu, Durvasa Muni is here to meet with you. And he insisted that he must meet with you. Immediately Shri Ram didn't carry on no more conversation. Take me to Durvasa. Let me go and meet with him. And when they went to meet Durvasa, Prabhu Shri Ram offered all the protocol to Durvasa. And he said, tell me, why are you here? And Durvasa, he looked at the Lord and said, Prabhu, I'm here because I had a long week and a long day. And I am hungry. And I want some food from your hands. Prabhu Shri Ram immediately prepared the bhojan and he fed it to Durvasa. Durvasa left and went away. And Shri Ram looked at his brother. As he looked at his brother, Shri Ram remembered. As he looked at Lakshman, he said, this brother of mine have done so much for me. When he was given the opportunity to become the king of Ayodhya, he gave up that to go in the forest with me. When Ravan was fighting the war against me, my brother stood in front of me and took an arrow and lied on the ground. When everyone was accusing me, my brother stood for me. And up to this point of my life, my brother is still standing up for me. See the connection of siblings? Prabhu Shri Ram is teaching us, never be ungrateful, remember. He said, look what my brother have done. And Prabhu Shri Ram held his brother and he said, Utolak nalal priya bhai, Utolak nalal priya bhai, दशा तुम्हारी देख राम की अकिया भाई भाई उतोलक नलाल प्रिय भाई उतोलक नलाल प्रिय भाई. The tears fall from his eyes, remembering how much his brother did for him, knowing that his brother gave up everything to see a smile in his face. And the time have come now that he have to say goodbye to his brother. Prabhu Shri Ram took Lakshman, he carried him to the Guru and he explained everything to the Guru. Lakshman looked at his brother and he knew that I'm not going to fight this. Sita have gone, and the time have come now that I must go. He disrobed himself from the kingly garments. And disrobing himself from the kingly garments, wrapping himself with a loincloth, Lakshman started to walk into the river Saryu. As he started to walk into the river Saryu, Prabhu Shri Ram, Bharat, Shatrughan, the people of Ayodhya is looking. And Shri Ram, he says to his brother, in song, आज सुनो हम गीत विधा का गा रहे दो दुखियारी पंछी बिछड़े शाम. One day to come, we have to say goodbye to one another. Whether it's 1 year ago, whether it's 10 years to come. The time have come that this family had to say goodbye to Anand. As tonight, the time have come that Shri Ram had to say goodbye to his brother. First his wife, and now his brother. As he looked at them, he said, आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, जो दुखियारी पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे।
आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, जो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे।
बहुत दिनों की शादी जा चुना होगे, गुमसुम आकरियों में आंसू आ रहे।
आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, जो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे।
Prabhu Shri Ram is saying, many years of companionship we have shared together. Many years I've spent together as children. That tears will flow from the grieving eyes. The heartless world will never understand the pain and the agony that one is going through. But the time have come, we must say goodbye. अलग अलग राहों पर चलते दो प्राणी, निर्दय जग ने इनके पी नहीं जानी। आज पुरानी सुख का दिन क्या रहे, जो दुखियारी पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का
गा रहे, जो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे।
It is important to create good memories, because when we are here no more, the only thing that we will leave behind with our loved one is memories. For those of us who still have our husbands and our wives and our brothers and our sisters and our loved ones, create good memories. Put aside the ahankar, put aside the ego, put aside the vexation, and share good moments. Because a day will come in our lives that this family is experiencing tonight. A day will come in our lives that we might not be as fortunate as Anand to have a family like this. Please, do not let the ego, do not let the anger and the greed destroy your homes and destroy your families. Share the good moments as siblings, share the good moments as children and husbands and wives. Because one day to come, Aaj Suno, you have to say goodbye. As Prabhu Shri Ram is looking at his brother, he's saying and he's thinking, कोई मत पूछो कौन ये कौन रोते हैं, इस जग में ऐसे अभी अभागी होते हैं। लुट गई फिर भी दिल का डर छिपा रहे, यारी पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा
गा रहे, जो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे,
जो दुखियारी पंछी बिछड़े
जा रहे।
all that is left behind is the memories. You will never ever see that physical form again in your life. You might see in a picture, you might see it in a movie, a recording, but to hold, to hug, to touch, to speak to, never have that opportunity. So while we have life, let us make use of it. Let us respect and honor our loved ones. Show them that affection and create beautiful memories. So when we are not here, as a father, I could enjoy good memories of my son. As a mother, I can do the same. As a husband, as a wife, as a brother, as a sister, as children, as aunts and uncles, whatever relationship we share, I had a wonderful time with that person. And Bharat, rather Prabhu Shri Ram, he remembered. He cried, but his tears was tears of joy. At every moment I had with my brother, every moment I had with my wife, every moment I had with my children, every moment I had with my people in Ayodhya was beautiful ones. There was never a place or a moment for regret. And so Prabhu Shri Ram, bidding his brother farewell, the time came that even Shri Ram had to go. Even Shri Ram had to go. He looked at his guru and all needed was an excuse. His excuse, I cannot live without my brother. I must go. Bharat excuse, I cannot live without Ram. Shatrughan excuse, I cannot live without Bharat. And they all ended their avatar and they went to the higher region. Time will come in all of our lives that we have to say goodbye. Time will come in all of our lives that the person we love, the person we care, the person we cherish, whatever relationship we share with them, we have to say goodbye. But simply, when that moment comes, make sure the memories that we made together are beautiful ones. May God bless this home. May God bless this family. No matter how much satsang and how much Ramayana and how much Gita we read, that void will always be there. But my advice to you all, keep doing what is good. Keep praying. Keep doing your puja. And as long as you keep doing that, you will always have a relationship with your son, with your husband, with your brother, with your father, with your uncle, with your cousin, however, you will always have a relationship with him. He might not be here physically with us, but he will always be. In this Ramayana, when Prabhu Shri Ram was going back to Ayodhya, you know who blessed him first? His father. His father appeared in the sky and told him, son, I am proud of you. You fought for Dharma. You go back to Ayodhya and rule. That is the blessings your father left with you all. May God bless you. Continue the path of bhakti and devotion. And the only way to realize God is through your prayer. Thank you very much for giving us all the opportunity to sit and to pray with you for the past 3 evenings. We will still spend a day together, and then again you will be left alone with your beautiful memories of Anandji. Hold on to those memories and pray. And I know through what you all are doing here on Sunday, Bhagwan is waiting with a beautiful spot in his home to welcome Anand. No doubt about that. Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare.
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare.
Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. My dear friend, before I have my closing prayer tonight, members of our group is with us, and they takes time out from whatever they have to do to come and join with us in satsang. And they only got to sing one bhajan while I was here. So before I have my closing prayer, I will ask them to sing a bhajan each, and then we'll have our closing mantras.
Sound. कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी देखो कुंवर कन्हई कैसे रास रचाई देखो कुंवर कन्हई कैसे रास रचाई ऐसे गान सुनाई सुध सब बिसराई बाटा ओ चैला निराला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा कृष्ण मुरारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी कान्हा कृष्ण मुरारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी काहे मत की पोरी सुन मीठी कारी आहे बरे ब्रज बाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी
कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी
माँ कंजोर दुलारा नटखट सबका प्यारा माँ कंजोर दुलारा नटखट सबका प्यारा मनमोहन भगवाना नाम रचे जग सारा माधव मुकुंद मतवाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी कान्हा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी मुरलिया जादू भरी मुरलिया जादू भरी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है सुख खरता दुख हरता पावन परमात्मा है प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है प्रभु जी प्रभु जी प्रभु जी सुख का सागर उसी के बल में अब तो ईश्वर है, ईश्वर है। तू भी जो पाद लगाता, तू भी जो पाद लगाता, बुलंद परमात्मा है। सुख करता दुख हरता, पावन परमात्मा है। प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। जीवन एक उलझन है, मातोई न बस जाना। जिस राह में राह मिले, उस राह में बस जाना। एक बार जो शरण में आता, एक बार जो शरण में आता, वो पूर्ण आत्मा है। सुख करता दुख हरता, पावन परमात्मा है। प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। दुखिया है अब ना करना, सब प्रभु को अर्पण करना। साधु के संग में रहना, सच की माला तो जपना। वो खाली झोली भरता, वो खाली झोली भरता, ऐसा परमात्मा है। सुख करता दुख हरता, पावन परमात्मा है। प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। सुख का सागर है, सुख का सागर है, सुख का सागर है।
Song. कोहे नाल जय दन अब बांधतेगा तरिया। कोही नाल जय दन 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 बांधतेगा तरिया। जब यमराजा पलंग पर बैठे हो, जब यमराजा पलंग पर बैठे हो, उलझ गए दोनों नैना पथरिया। ओ उलझ गए दोनों नैना पथरिया। कोई नाल जय दन बांधती गठरिया। कोई नाल जय दन बांधती गठरिया। कोई नाल जय दन बांधती गठरिया। महरे ही सोता प्राण निकाली हो। महरे ही सोता प्राण निकाली प्राण लोकारे कोठरिया कोठरिया प्राण लोकारे कोठरिया कोठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया चार पहर मिली कात हूँ तारी हो चार पहर मिली कात हूँ तारी हो पूत दया जैसे बनरी लखरिया ओ पूत दया जैसे बनरी लखरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कहता कबीर सुनो भैया साधु कहता कबीर सुनो भैया साधु चूत गए सब महल उतरिया चूत गए सब महल उतरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया कोई नाले जय धन भांति गठरिया
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय. So we have come to the end of satsang, the end of the 3 evenings of puja, of glorifying, and today we end off in a very great day. Today is Maha Ekadasi, very, very special day in the Hindu calendar. So to just to get to listen to a little katha of Hari, we all have accepted the invitation from Rachel and her family to be here. But by you coming here tonight and to hear a little katha of Hari, believe me, the greatness, the great merit you get by that. Very important day in the Hindu calendar, Maha Ekadasi. There's an Ekadasi every month, 2 Ekadasi in fact every month, and today is the Maha Ekadasi. Just like we have Shivratri, we have Maha Shivratri. So Rachel, blessing to you, to your children, and to all your entire family, and more so to the soul of the beloved Anand. Let us put our hands together, bow our heads, close our eyes, as we offer our closing prayer. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajo Mana Arana Bhava Bhay Darunam Navakanjalochana Kanjamukakara Kanjaparaka Jarunam Kandhadapa Aganita Amita Chabinava Nila Niraja Sundaram Patapita Mana Hutaricha Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram Bhajudina Bhando Dinesha Dhanava Daitavanshani Kandanam Raghunanda Ananda Kanda Koshala Chanda Dasharata Nandanam Sira Mukuta Kundala Tilaka Chara Udhare Anka Vibhushanam Ajanu Bujasara Chapadhara Sang Gramajitakara Dushanam Iti Bharita Tulasi Dasa Shankara Shesha Munimana Tanjanam Mama Hidraya Kanjaniva Sakuruka Madhikala Dhala Kanjanam Mana Jahiracho Milehe Sobara Sahaja Sundara Savaro Karuna Nidhana Sujana Shila Sena Janat Ravaro Yehi Bati Gauri
शेष सुनिसिय सहित हिय हर्षि हली तुलसी भवानी पूजे पुनि पुनि मुरित मन मंदिर चली श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम. As I turn over to my son Pandit Shivam, who will do Ashirvad and closing mantras. Keep that posture.
Om Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Sakhe Prabhu Trividha Panivaran Vibhu Ajajaneshwar Yadav Paima Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Me Varam Pratidinam Kushalam Jayamangalam Om Katha Visarjana Hoto Hai Suno Veer Hanuman Rama Lakshmana Janke Sada Karo Kalyan Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandho Shasaka Tvameva Tvameva Vedya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की, उमापति महादेव की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की. प्रेम से बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की. सकल पंच के जय जय सीताराम. Thank you very much, devotees, to members of our group and all for being here. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity. This is my hometown and it's my bhumi. So when I come to Kriyap, I'm star boy. So, although I have left here, Kriyap still have a special place in my heart to see my wonderful neighbors, Auntie Baby here. My mind running here today. And to all of you wonderful people from surrounded to be here, thank you very much on behalf of Rachel and entire family. And we look forward for your company again on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. where we perform the Uttam Shaudashi. So devotees, have a safe journey home. Meals are provided. Have something to eat. Until we meet again, Jai Jai Sitaram.
Navin Lalu Streaming Network for live streaming of any event featuring multiple camera angles, clean audio, video and photo slides. For information, call 335-0205. Navin Lalu